This video shows how to use DAQ2GO to quickly and easily computerize measurements and experiments. Computerizing a measurement really takes a handful of steps. You first have to connect your sensors and devices to the DAQ2GO board or boards, and then you simply build a custom workbook which has your real-time user interface, something to control the experimental conditions if you so desire, a data treatment section, and a reporter of results. And then once you've constructed this workbook, you can save it as a new name, and if you want, add right to the workbook while it's open a notes tab so you can document the whole thing right in place. At this point, you're ready to go. So let's see how to build a workbook. Define the look that you want, add the practical details, and then finalize it. Then recall DAQ2GO resources and modify them to match. Neaten them up as need be, modify it to suit, and then save it as a new named read-only template. In this case, I want to show measuring Young's modulus, which is an X versus Y force versus displacement kind of measurement. And I'd like to have a personality that has real-time graphing and user control all on one page. And so maybe I want to add a few extra things like instantaneous values for the X and Y, and then define the user control so it has syncs the electronics, lets you toggle all of the various I/O controls in immediate mode, and then start and stop the real experiment, and of course save the data. So now let's recall the DAQ2GO templates to make this happen. On the general purpose raw data worksheet, we already have a completely built data acquisition control form, so we will use that by itself. It's ready to go. Now there's also supplied in the GP workbook a real-time graph page, and it has 6 real-time graphs which are basically monodimensional but with varying time. So we'll remove all but one, then we'll grab this graph and move it so it'll be in a pretty place, add the little details for real-time X and real-time Y labels. Now we'll go select data for using the Excel feature, and we're going to do it as an XY plot. And so we've got the columns we wanted to use, and we change it to an XY scatter plot. And it will be default-wise automatically rescalable. So this is the rough look, and the final look will be just like this. Now we move to the control sheet, which is again in the DAQ2GO general purpose DAQ workbook, and we can add here ways to control whatever variables we want. We might want, for example, to do this as a strain rate or as a displacement stress rate experiment, and you can do that directly using the user control user-defined control feature of the control worksheet. You have the optional choice of adding a method. So here's what the final thing looks like. You've got your data acquisition control and your real-time graph. And you can see tabs down at the bottom for most of the things. Now you want to add an extra tab for all the math, so you can copy all the real data onto a new sheet. Then select the columns that you want and do copy down to the right relationships. They might look like this, for example, if you had y equals mx plus b relationships for your raw data to your final results page. Now you're ready to add a final report tab, and here you can put anything that you need and want. So now you're ready to go. That's it. So the whole process is define what you want it to look like, modify the resources, add items of convenience, and personalize you want. That's all there is to it.